T, yes, Ramon SEO. To the double T, be funnelin' these bookies like 1, 2, 3. They tapping out and we cashing out. It's plain to see. The morning team is the A-team, Mr. T. And I pity the fools who can't hang. Coming with real game is sort of a freight train. It's been reported bank rolls are easy to maintain. So get situated and listen to the picks. And it goes a little something like this.
And a pleasant good morning to you from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas. This is Ramon Scott. Welcome to the Mornings Team show for Sunday, August 25th. Get ready for our day of Major League Baseball. There's 3 NFL preseason games. We're wrapping up the preseason today here, and a couple in the WNBA. In fact, a good one going off here in just a little bit. We'll preview those games. And want to thank you for hanging in there as I get ready for the show. A Dutch Grand Prix just popped off, as well as some Premier League action here. Chelsea's already scored against Wolves. And, hey, Little League World Series, told you about Taiwan, Chinese Taipei. Now, that was our pick to win it all. And, well, they made the final. Our other pick didn't, but nonetheless, Taipei here today, they're minus 310 if you want to, well, maybe you're betting on 12-year-olds. I might. I'm already invested in Chinese Taipei. At minus 310, you might as well come back on the dog and root for the team from Florida. They look pretty good. And the team against the team from Texas as an underdog. Anybody up for some Little League World Series? Never a bad idea to try them. You know, it used to be a day when U.S. would never win against Chinese Taipei for years and years. It was almost a formality. And then, you know, over the last couple decades, they've definitely evened it up. So maybe a nice little feature there today, Little League World Series here. And what else today going on with you guys? Want to say hello to folks coming in the chat. We got some games to preview, so we're not going to spend too long wrapping here. And great, interesting action last night. Hope everybody enjoyed the Hawaii game. Did you guys pick it up okay with our instruction? Did anybody go, hey, did anybody contact, hey, where's this Hawaii game? You guys knew. I kept you informed. It was, you know, I guess it was kind of public knowledge, but nonetheless, we wanted to come at you with it, make sure you got to see the game and everything. That's my job here on the Mornings Team. So, all right, let's get rolling here a little bit with our comments from the group and see who's coming in here today on our Sunday of action with Dre to start us off. Yeah, we had some ups and downs. It felt like a little bit yesterday. College football is going to be a wild season. If yesterday, granted, let's tone it down with the sample size yesterday, but underdogs, especially if you go all the way through the games. Yeah, there were 4, board games, but there were 3 also smaller games, and I think the underdogs were, for the most part, 6-1, covering numbers anyway. So maybe it will be an awesome season. I'll say this: maybe my only conclusion so far about these underdogs is that. And, with those teams, maybe we'll see. Let's see what happens next week. I won't get too far ahead of it, but maybe the talent, because, you think of second, third teamers. You go to the big schools. You wait behind the starters a little bit if you're not in there. You still want to make a NFL one day or something, so you wait your turn, right? Not anymore. We know that. You go to some other school now and work on your game, and maybe you are pretty good. Maybe that helps those teams a little bit to get some younger talent instead of the talent kind of wasting away on the bench a little bit, waiting for their turn to be on the varsity. Or in the lineup anyway, you know what I mean? So maybe it balance of power a little bit spreads out. Maybe some of these teams are going to get some numbers. Maybe some of these teams were just too big of favorites here to open things up. All right, Curtis is here today as well, and Fernando, thank you. He says he's hot, and also, we've got Thomas Lewis. Good morning. Like this video, subscribe to our channel, Tony's Picks, here on YouTube, the 42,000 subscriber juggernaut. Check out our videos here from the crew today as well. And I've got a video up today of our 2 WNBA games. So check me out here on the channel. And who else do I have? I've got Joe Alvarado coming in. And Futon Bets, it must be Sunday. Futon Bets is here. I could use a nice little nap on the couch. And here's Howard Hogan as well. Daniel Anglero, Montana State, Montana. Well, yep. They did, Daniel, but they did win the game. I'm not touting it as a win here. I wanted Montana State. I had them as a premium, but actually I felt that the win, it was kind of a clutch performance there by Montana State to win the game. Maybe I'm a little bit partial. I've got a couple of guys on Montana State that I've interviewed over the back when they were just youngsters on my high school coverage. But one of my guys, they both had an impact in the game. One of my players that I'm been familiar with over the years had a nice 25-yard reception, a redshirt freshman that kind of kept things going there late in the third quarter in Montana State. That was a nice comeback win for them. They're celebrating today, but Montana State supporters are not, obviously. All right, Justin here today. And Ron Hahn here today. That reminds me to get rolling over to Tony'sPicks.com here. Take a look at who did well yesterday on the handicapper leaderboards. Hey, all right, maybe we'll have Steven stop by, preview some action here with us. Also, Daniel there ready to roll. And I think that'll do. Jose is here. Jose is here. Finally, good to see you, Jose. Little steam coming in right now here. We want to give it to you. We want to give it to you. And man, has it been the biggest steam of the day so far. I'm surprised this hasn't been steam just yet. The Phillies and the Royals, it's expected to be a slugfest. What's going on here with this game? We're showing 10s out there right now with the Royals today. I don't know if I can get behind this, man. I mean, this thing, maybe it looks with Allard, the left-hander, going up against Lugo, but man, 10s everywhere right now as the steam comes rolling in on the over here, Phillies and Royals. Well, I'm going to have to see what you guys do once we get to that point, man. This thing, you never see that. Really, the total here on that game, I believe, had some 8 openers in the Royals and the Phillies. So shades of 1983. You had any old-time Phillies and Royals fans? They were in the World Series in 1983, if I'm not mistaken. The brain cells are leaving here in the later years, but I'm pretty sure the Phillies played the Royals in the World Series in 1983. All right. So Caesars had an 8 yesterday, juiced to the over, but so did, Caesars had 8 yesterday, some 8s, and now we're up to 10 in that. Okay. Let's head on over to Tony'sPicks.com. I want to take a look at the handicappers for yesterday. I think, man, I had one of my UFC fights ended up being a scratch yesterday. That was a bummer. So we'll take a look at the handicapper leaderboards. Oh, there's me. Let me take a look at the leaderboards from yesterday. It was Nick Lagaretos on top with a 6-1 record yesterday. How about Brian Bittler here joining us now on the network? The legendary handicapper goes 4-0 yesterday. Ron Hahn 5-1. Two old ladies that bet consensus 4-3. Ruben Marlborough goes 3-1. How about Tony T with a nice day 3-1? There's Ron C 8-5. I didn't do Ron's here in the chat giving us a visit. And I just blew him off like, hey, 5-1, big deal, Ron. Let me shout out Ron Hahn there, 5-1 yesterday. Good job. Rod Zawacki 2-1 yesterday. Daniel Woloschuk 2-1. OG Cappers VIP 1-0. Jerry Lewis 2-1. Tiffany Mance 2-1. Hollywood Sam making a leaderboard appearance here 5-4. Brandon Check and Joseph Schultz. A lot of people. Not everybody's on that leaderboard, if you know what I mean. OG Cappers VIP, a pick a day, that'll get it done. If I could do that, I wouldn't be here. I would just make my winning pick every day and live the good life. It's a good life here with you, of course, but OG Cappers VIP 7-0 in 7 days. Maybe we'll just go on over and get it done. Hey, Ron Hahn here, 64% last 7 days. Mindy Hahn's up there, 6 1/3 units of profit. There's Rod, now part of our team here. He's over in both dugouts, I guess. And he's got 67% here last 7 days. And Jorge Gonzalez, George, up. He's 9-5 here last 7 days, last 30 days. There's Ron Hahn on top of our handicapper leaderboards with nearly 10 units of profit. The Tony's Picks VIP account, 9 3/4 units of profit. Scott Doubles, Shooty, 7.5 units of profit. Daniel Wolosachuk up over 6.5 units of profit. And Nick Lagaretos up over 5.5 units of profit. Check us out over at Tony'sPicks.com and use the promo code TonyT at checkout. Save 20% off all premium pick packages. See the cappers from the pick dogs coming on over to Tony's Picks. We're expanding our roster here a little bit. Make sure you got some great cappers to choose from here at Tony'sPicks.com. We know that two families kind of getting together here right now, and we're really proud to be part of the team over there with Mitch and the gang. And stay tuned, folks, here on the Mornings team. We're going to have some pleasant surprises for you here in the days to come. All right, check out my 5-pack today here on Sunday. Got 4 in baseball, 1 in the WNBA, including that early start. It goes off here in just 2.5 hours with the Chicago Sky here today, taking on the Las Vegas Aces. So check it out over at Tony'sPicks.com. Use the promo code TonyT at checkout. That saves you 15% off all premium pick packages here today. All right, I think we're ready to roll here in the chat with our previews. Oh, I got to... Stephen can't get here without the you know what, so let me send it over there to him so he can pop on with us, and then I will start the show. Appreciate everybody coming in here. We got the lobby filling up, so I think I could take a second here and see if we can't get us an analyst today on Sunday and let me kind of relax a little bit here. Maybe take a little breather from. I had Montana State yesterday, and a couple of these popular picks. It felt like. All right, let's get rolling here with the show. And Darren here. Good morning to Darren. All right, now let's start the baseball card here today. Thank you, gang, for hanging out. Early start here. We got the Roku game of the day with the Nationals. With DJ Hertz taking up residency here against the Braves, and Reynaldo Lopez been certainly for Lopez been pretty strong. Even with a little hiccup there, it felt like he's kind of come back here again. 2.77 ERA in his last 5 starts. Atlanta's 13-7. With Reynaldo Lopez on the mound, he's gone under in 5 of his last 6 starts. The Braves here have won 9 of their last 12 games here, including the game yesterday. Here, we tried the Nationals yesterday, but ended up, I think 4-2 was the final. Nationals have gone under in 7 of their last 10 for Hertz. He's got a 4.4 ERA in his last 3 starts. Washington just 4-9 with DJ Hertz here. He did face here. Looks like Wolves have just tied the game here against Chelsea. Actually, in the 27th minute. So, a goal here for Wolves. That's going to send the crowd into a bit of a frenzy. For DJ Hertz, he did go June 9th, 4 1/3 innings, gave up a couple of runs here to Atlanta. We'll get ready, get your comments ready in the chat for this one between the Phils and the Nationals and the Braves here in this one. Washington has had some success against the Braves as an underdog. I think that's kind of why I was rolling with them a little bit yesterday, but Atlanta, these division games at home, 11 straight unders here, and that's what Thomas is going to do to start us off. It looks like he'll take the under in this one. Dre is on the Braves. I think that's going to do it for the chat. That's about the type of opinion I had on this game. It kind of felt like here, but I've got to go under. That's kind of the Braves' MO, it feels like, of late. Braves have gone under in 10 of their last 12 games overall. Shannon's here today, and Shannon's got the under with me. I'm taking the under as my play here with Hertz and Lopez. And let me look at that, make sure. Yeah, I have it at 8/15. I think there's some 8.5s out there for sure. Oh, I think we're getting some of the ins and outs today here for this game. Let's see. For the Nationals today, looks like Alex Call will miss the game. Not at rest. He's got a little bit of an injury. So Call is out. So we'll try to keep you posted if any more come in here as we get rolling along. All right, not too much, maybe not the best game, so not too much from you guys. Here comes a few more here. Fernando on the run line. Justin takes Braves team total over, and AOD is here today. Thank you, AOD. Ready to go. Justin has Ozuna. Total bases over. Maybe the Braves can start to get going here a little bit offensively, but hope not today. I'm going to take the under. Reds and Pirates with Nick Martinez on the mound here in this one, going up against Ortiz for, let's say Ortiz, a 6.26 ERA in his last 5 starts. Got a couple of losses in there, but Ortiz has gone under in 8 of his last 9 starts. Pirates here going to be, I'm listing it as a pick'em, but I'm gonna say for the most part, DraftKings has it a pick 'em. I might just be lazy and leave it up there. Maybe the Reds are the slightest of favorites at a few books, and if they are, they're minus $1.15 at the square books and probably $1.08 at the sharp books. For Ortiz, he's got a 2.35 ERA against Cincinnati in 2 starts and a 1-0 record for the Reds here. And Martinez, some talk that he could get an opener here, I thought, but nonetheless, for Martinez here, it's a mixed bag with him for sure. The Reds have dropped 6 of their last 9 games. They've gone over in 10 of their last 13 games on the road. And let's see what you guys have here with the Reds and the Pirates. Reds here, they've lost 10 straight division games on the road off of a road win. This is the wild trend of the game. And also Pittsburgh 8 straight under games in division day games. These are a little quirky. Let's see what you got. Let's get some real picks in here. Start off for us. Here comes Steven. Good. We'll get Steve in here and get some picks on this one as I go through the chat here with the Reds and the Braves in this one. Let me roll through these. I'll bring Steven in here. We got you guys came in with that Atlanta. Here we go. Justin is on the Reds here in this one. Dre's on the under. And 9 Legacy says Nationals run line. Pirates money. I'm going to thread the needle there a little bit in that one. Shannon Moore on the Pirates. Frankie Diamond on the Pirates. Darren says under 9 and the Pirates. And what does Stephen Duncan say about the Pirates? Hi, brother. How was your week?
Oh, busy, dude. It's been freaking busy. Very busy. And I finally got a day off, completely day off. I told everybody to go to heck. I'm turning off. I'm turning off my phone, not talking to anybody. So I wanted to get on yesterday, and then I ended up having to do a bunch of stuff with my wife. And now I'm here, and I'm happy to have a day off and do this show. It's going to be fun. Been looking forward to it.
I might need a little something here. Reds and Bucks in this one. We had it on the show yesterday. We had the Reds, gave out the Reds as our pick, so they were able to come through in big time fashion, beat up the Pirates yesterday, 10-2.
Yeah, I didn't have it as a premium, but I had the over in that game, and that came in, so that was good. I'm thinking I might go right back to it again here as well. I'm not, both of these teams, you never know what you're going to get. That's the hard thing with these two teams. The Pirates are super inconsistent. After getting blown out yesterday, I imagine they'll be somewhat focused here to try to gain revenge. And I think we'll see the same thing. I think we'll see a lot of hits. So I'm leaning to the over. It's not going to be a premium or anything, but that's what I.
Okay, well, let me put us over the top then. I'm going to take the over. A half a vote from you and a half a vote from me, I think, is going to be good enough to put us on the over here in this one. And maybe, just maybe, I'm showing the line for the most part. Well, there's 8.5 over 20s, but it's starting to move higher here. It feels like. I mean, there's some 9s out there for sure. So I'll leave it at 9. I'm going to go with the over in this one. Like I said, I thought the Reds were going to have an opener here. We know Nick Martinez can, certainly deal as many innings as he can. But all right, and I think the chat has chimed in enough here, so. Justin's ready for the Roku game of the day. Public Enemy says give him the Pirates here in the first 5. Ortiz 3, 4, and 2 in the first 5, and the Reds here. Let me see. Nothing too special. Rich Pittsburgh and under, and Biggie is here as well. Good morning. Next up, Diamondbacks and Red Sox. Merrill Kelly on the mound here in this one, going up against Tanner Houck. Tanner Houck's cleaned it up a little bit with his numbers, but still not winning when pitching for Boston right now. Tanner Houck, Boston's lost 6 straight starts with Tanner Houck on the mound, despite the fact that he has a 2.89 in his last 2.89 ERA in his last 3 starts. We know he was struggling a little bit more prior to this decent run, but and maybe this goes to show he's gone over in 11 of his last 14 starts, but so have the Red Sox. They've gone over in 24 of their last 31 overall. Arizona's gone over in 20 of their last 26. That's 44-13 to the over, and these two teams combined in their last, basically in the last month. So Merrill Kelly, third game now off of the injured list. He has just almost a 7 ERA in those 2 starts, but still trying to work into form, and that's a comfortable position to do it. I mean, Arizona does have a little pressure on themselves right now, but it's all good. They won again yesterday with Zach Gallen on the mound, another pretty good pitching performance, and the Diamondbacks have won 15 of 19.
Yeah, I had the over yesterday in this game, unfortunately. Or not this game, but that game. And I'm wondering if I'm going to go back to it here again. But I think I'm just going to go with the D-backs here. Boston just can't win for Hawk. It just doesn't. And I think his numbers are a little bit skewed as well. He's been getting hit hard. He's been having to bail himself out quite a bit, but he's been doing it. And then the bullpen comes in and they lose it for them. And I just gonna keep on going with that trend, I guess, especially with the bats of the D-backs here. So I'm gonna take the D-backs.
All right, Stephen Duncan on the Diamondbacks here with Merrill Kelly on the mound. I'll give out a total then here in this one. Maybe you can get a 10 out there still juiced to the under. I'm going to take the under here in this one. Probably can go pretty high here with Houck if you figure right now. But if we're going to see a number close to 10, I know that this has been a massive over right now, but I've got a little bit of hope in Merrill Kelly to get things going here. I mean, they're going to you would love to have a guy like Merrill Kelly, obviously, in the postseason here for the Diamondbacks. Let's see what the chat had to say in this one. Frankie started. Irish King is here today. Hello to Irish King. Thank you for coming in. Thomas starts it off with Arizona game to go under. Trey is on the over here. Justin, Diamondbacks under. Dre's on the over. Here's Rich Stubbs on Boston. We're all over the place in this one. Here's some Arizona. Here's some Fernando Boston. Lando's here over and Arizona first 5, but 9 legacies on. Look at, I don't know. I'll just go through these. I'll just punch up all the plays. Everybody's on record, but there is no consensus here. It feels like it all. Fernando will lean with me, and Shannon's got a Diamondback. So that felt pretty coin flippy. But Stephen on the Diamondbacks, I'd probably, like I said, I think I'm on Merrill Kelly a little bit here to get healthy. While those numbers have been good, but that felt like for a couple of starts worth of work, felt like we had about a month worth of poor starts. Okay, here we go. Next up, the Rockies and Austin Gomber on the road here, taking on the Yankees and Stroman. So, huge favorite, of course, with Stroman here on the mound, and not much I could do to talk anybody off the fact that the Rockies are in pretty bad shape, but maybe this is too high. What do you think?
Yeah, you can't take. I can't take the Yankees at minus 142 on the run line. Good thing I didn't touch this game yesterday. I didn't see the Rockies winning like that. That's for sure. But you got to figure the Yankees got to be coming out pretty focused after getting embarrassed yesterday too. So I think it's a difficult game to cap. Stroman, he did fade. It looked like he was fading for a while there, but his last couple starts haven't been all that bad. And Gomber, he's here and or there. He can deal every once in a while. What do you got? 8.5 here. This is a really tough game to cap. If I had to take, if you forced me, I would take
everywhere pretty much.
If you forced me, I would take the Yankees run line, but I'm probably not touching this game. But for a pick, I'll just say that. Maybe put it in a parlay. I just think they come back hard here. I think after getting embarrassed yesterday, they're going to be much more focused today.
I bumped the line up to 9 there on the total, and I think that's where it is at most of the books right now. So if that's any indication where I'm headed, I'm going to go. You're going to say lean Yankees run line, and I'll lean to the over here in this one. You got Stroman, I agree with you. Last couple of starts been pretty good. I think he gave up just 1 run, and he got a win, of course, but he's still gone over in 11 of his last 13 starts here overall. Gomber's gone under in 4 straight, but Colorado 2-7 his last 9 starts on the road. I'm going to go over as my pick in this one. We're going to roll with the chat here real quick, see what they have. Rockies and Yankees in this one. And we'll start it off with Justin. He's got the Yankees team total over as his top play. I think Darren's going to go under here in this one, but Frankie's going to be with me on the over. Irish King says lay 2.5 here. Dre will lay the run line. Justin will lay the run line with you. Rich says take the Yankees because the Rockies. Oh, he's saying the Yankees got I think he got saying they got it handed to him, just like you were saying there yesterday. Rich going under. And here's Trey Berry says give him the Yankees big time here in this one. Next up, Angels and Blue Jays with Tyler Anderson on the mound going up here against Gausman and the Blue Jays. I've got the Blue Jays here, a favorite, $1.75 in this one. Gausman's 5-1 in his last 7 starts, and the Blue Jays are 6-1. They won the other game that he didn't get the win in. His ERA is still 3.8 in those starts, but still pretty good offense right now for Toronto. They've gone over in 7 of their last 11. They've gone over in 19 of 25 Gausman starts. The Angels have been going under, maybe because of their offense or whatever. They've gone under in 10 of their last 15. They've lost 12 of 15, so that kind of shows you right there. Anderson has an ERA of 9.26 last 2 games, over in 3 straight starts here in this one.
Yeah, I'm going to lean to the over here as well. It's only an 8, and like you said, all the trends show over. And Blue Jays are hitting much better than they are, probably the best they have all year right now. But I think Los Angeles can get a couple off of Gausman. Usually, if his arm starts to go late, and then Toronto's bullpen is ass. So somewhere in there, they'll get a couple. So I'm going to lean on the over here. Just follow the trends.
I'm gonna make it a play for me on the show here on the over. So maybe a little bit of you and a little bit of me. I definitely like this one over. The widely reported steam did come in on the under here, so giving us a little bit of value here. In fact, I'm showing right now at Bet Online 8 over 20. So this one continues to go lower. We're going to get a good price here. I'll just give it on the show. I feel like I want to maybe get a little premium here action, but I might be set for today with that. I'll take the over for sure on the show. Let's see what the chat has in this one with the Angels and Jays here. Lamont Williams is here in the chat today. Good to have you, Lamont. And let's see who's going to start us off here. Trey Berry, Toronto, late 2.5. I actually do lean to Toronto on the run line in the game here. Let's see what else. Rich, Angels, money line and over. And let's see, Gary likes it over as well. Irish King says he'll lay 4.5. We're unloading the clip, I think is what we're saying nowadays. Justin will lay the run line as well for a big price. Irish King likes it 11-4. He'll lay 6 runs. He'll lay 6.5 runs if he has to.
Oh.
Here, Dre says, give me the Blue Jays run line. I think that's over unless he's talking CFL, but I don't know if it's Ottawa's playing today. So I'm going to think that, over on the team total. Wake up, Ramon. Here, Angel. I'm like, hey, Ottawa Rough Riders, Ottawa Red Blacks. Angels run line. Here's Juice on the Jays run line. Feels like we're all over the place in this one, but we've definitely got some overs here, it feels like. And I think that's it from the chat. So I'm going to end up there with the game Angels and Blue Jays with the over. I'll take Steven's advice here in this one. Next up will be the Cubs taking on the Marlins with Javier Assad on the mound going up here against. We get to see Aller here again. He saw his first start, wasn't too good. Really, I mean, if you had to put all the starters on a page right now, Aller might be on the bottom of the list, at least for today, but gave up 5 runs in 4 2/3 innings in his first start. He has a career record of 3-10 with a 7.21 ERA and 16 career starts. So not too great, but gets the start here today for Assad. He's got an ERA under 3 in his last 5 starts, starting to pitch pretty well again. Cubs are trying their best to try to get something going here late, but Cubs have won 6 of their last 8. The Marlins have lost 17 of their last 24 coming into this one.
Yeah, I'll take the Cubs on the run line here. Aller is just not showing anything. There's one team I've been burnt more from is the Cubs this year. I just haven't been able to get a read on them, but if they lose this one, then I guess I'm off the Cubs for the rest of the season because they should be able to take this handily. I'll probably take Cubs on the run line first 5 and full game. I'll probably do both.
I'm going to agree with you. I'm going to take the Cubs on the run line here in this one, even on the road. Yeah, kind of what you were saying there and what we were talking about with Aller here. Miami's gone over in 11 of their last 16 games. Let's go through some plays with the chat maybe here and see who's on what. This one doesn't look like it's too popular with the crew. Actually, I think Dre might be on the under. I'm not sure, but Rich was on Miami run line and under. Frankie Miami run line, and Teresa says the Cubs will rule in this one. Also, here's 9 Legacy Marlins on the run line. So that's pretty good right there. That was a Trey Berry on the under here. All right. Next up, Rangers and Guardians with Bradford on the road here going up against Tyler Boyd. And Boyd been okay here for the Guardians so far. We had the Guardians here on the show. Team Steam consensus yesterday. I was on them. We were on them. Steven, the chat was on them yesterday with Lively in that win. Good offense yesterday. I think everybody was expecting Cleveland. They were really popular. I would maybe they'll be popular here today at this price. I think it might. Let me see here. $1. Yeah, still $1.25. The total's pretty much 8 flat. Total's gone down here. Widely reported Steam did come in on the under. And the Guardians.
Yeah. I just can't trust the Rangers. Simple as that. They've been sputtering now for far too long. They might get a win or two and then they go back down in the tank again. And normally I would say after getting blown out the day before that a team would come back focused and really give a good go here. But I think the Rangers' confidence is shot. And getting blown out in that game didn't help it at all. I think they come back here and I don't know if they get blown out, but at this price, I'm going to go with the Guardians.
Stephen Duncan rolling with Cleveland here. I imagine in the chat they're going to be pretty popular. I might go with the total just to see what everyone does here. But let's see. Rich is saying send them back to Texas. This one's done. Thomas is going with his Guardians here, I think. Said oops, but I think he likes it. I think he's going to be on the Guardians. Frankie's on Cleveland. Dre's on Cleveland. And let's see here. Justin's got a player prop. Of course, Rich says go under. And also, he's got Ramirez here over. You got Justin. He's known on another channel. Look, we're blessed to have Justin here. But and Thomas reminding us, Cleveland was a consensus play. Let me write that down. But in this game. So, but Justin on one of those other shows has his own play of the day. One of those fancy names. I've never been able to come up with my own name for my play of the day. Justin's got his own play of the day name. Here's Fernando on the over, and Sean Money on the Guardians. So even after the proclamation from Thomas that was Cleveland, they still were rolling on him. Hello to Peasy here. And wow, this Wolves-Chelsea game is now 2-2. Another goal has just been scored here. Irish King is going over in this Rangers-Guardians game. He might be going over in this soccer match, the way it's going. Teresa on Cleveland. Darren leans Cleveland, but I think on the under for sure. And Justin says, or Peasy, who wrote the theme song for the stacks play of the day here. And I think that'll do it. Fernando's already at the window, and they're saying, hey, come back after the game. And Fernando wants to go get a buffet. All right. Give me here. Oh, Cleveland, you guys are on Cleveland. It's a consensus play. I get all that. And maybe I'm going to pivot around here and go with the total. I feel like you guys are all over, and I want to give out a little something extra for our troubles here today. And I want to make sure I got it right, though. Yeah, I'm going to be going over here in this one, Texas and the Guardians. I'm fading this. I'm fading my buddies, the Steamers, in this one, Steven. All right, Tigers and White Sox. Go ahead. It's not bad though. Here, of anybody's looking for spots to pounce on them, Steven. I guess even with this with Brieske, we know we don't get too many innings here out of him. They'll probably have plenty of pitchers out there for the Tigers. The Tigers have had just a mess, really, actually, with the pitching here of late. With openers and the like. So they are a pretty modest favorite here, and Cannon's been okay, 3.52 in his last 5 starts, but he faced Detroit back on June 23rd and gave up 8 runs in just 1 inning, and gave up some runs in the second. One and 1+ innings. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and for that reason, I think that that kind of embarrassment. He's a better pitcher than that. Let's face it. I don't think this Detroit lineup is something that is the reason why. He just had a bad day. That's it. I don't think it's because this lineup has his number or nothing. It gives me any indication that, excuse me, that he can't come back and have a much better performance here. So if I'm going to play it, I really would like a better number than this, though. I mean, taking the White Sox at plus 127 is nah. Like, you want plus 150, plus 160. This is a horrible team, but I'm certain I can't take Detroit right now. If there's a spot that the White Sox win a game, this is probably it. So
okay, and that's what you're getting in the
I would
I
would lean the under too. What is it, 9? Oh yeah, I don't think the White Sox are going to beat up on it. That lineup's going to beat up on pretty much any pitchers, really. So I would lean the under too. Actually, I think I might like the under better than the Sox.
Okay, and let's see here. Fernando likes the under in this one. He's seeing a 10 out there. I think I am too, actually. Maybe he was on that. I'm showing mostly 9 overs, actually. I'm showing some 9.5s and some 9s here. I'm going to end up going against you here. I'm going to take the over in this one.
Really?
Yeah.
You think the White Sox are going to get on that because Detroit's pitching hasn't been all that good, so the White Sox can grab a couple off of this basically bullpen game? I suppose I could say that. Could you see that, I guess?
Yeah, I mean, it's been, like I said, it's been kind of a mess here for the Tigers. The problem with going on any of these overs with the White Sox is they sometimes just have not enough offense at all. So, yeah. All right, here, Teresa going with White Sox on the run line. Fernando says FanDuel has 10, and I'd say that's worth a strong. I am talking about the over, but 10 does seem like a little bit out of line with the market there, and. Thomas says it ends up being a consensus play on the White Sox. So, that has me invested now in the White Sox. I've been known to maybe ever since we've started this, just kind of roll with our chat here. Public Enemy also sees the 10 out there. So, all right. Sean Money likes Detroit in this one. All right, gang. Okay, maybe it is. Okay. Again, maybe, yeah, I'll take the over. Okay, here we go. Biggie said he likes Detroit. Next game up is the Cardinals taking on the Twins with Feedy. Who's that? I got a Fetty here going up against Matthews here. We've seen Matthews already now, so Fetty's going to be the more experienced pitcher here, but the Twins are the better team, so Twins are going to be favored $1.25. In this one, you've got for Fetty coming in here right now, an ERA currently of, let me see here. I think I lost my spot here, brother. Here we go. Fetty, a 5 ERA in his last 4 starts for St. Louis, 1-3 record for St. Louis with Fetty on the mound. Cardinals have won 3 of 4 coming in. Matthews has made 2 starts, a 6.3 ERA so far. Still, they are favored here. And I don't know. Look, the runs didn't come yesterday. I gave out Minnesota on the show. They got it done with Lopez. And Cardinals are really, right now, these bats feel pretty cold, actually, here. They've gone under an 8 of their last 11 games.
Yeah, and Fetty has not pitched well since he's gone there. So I lean to the Twins. I'm not really a fan of pitching, but I lean to the Twins. I would like to take the over, but like you said, the Cards, their bats have been pretty cold. So, yeah, that minus 125, I think that's a fair price for them to take another one after winning yesterday.
Yeah, it does seem pretty reasonable, actually. The widely reported steam came on Minnesota. Let me see if it's higher than that, actually. No, yeah, that's a little bit stale, but $1.35 probably at most books. I don't think that's going to take you off here on on our show. So let me see what the chat has here in this one. Let's start it off with Frankie, Twins money line in this one. Darren's going under. Teresa says Minnesota all day here in this one, but Dre's got the Cardinals. 9 legacies on Minnesota. And Fernando going to go with the over here. All right. I'll pivot to the total here in this one at at 8.5. Yeah, I'm going to end up being on the over here with Cardinals and Twins today as my pick here on the morning steam. I went with Fernando. Sean Money's on the Twins. Next up, Phillies and Suarez, Royals and Singer. Phillies on road favorite here with Suarez on the mound. $1.20, total 9.5. Let me see. I think I have that wrong, right? It's
Allard and Lugo, I think it is.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, brother. That was yesterday's matchup. Looks like I might have missed that one, but you're right. It is Allard and Lugo. I got the numbers here. Allard has an ERA of 4 in his 2 starts so far. For Lugo, maybe I was on Lugo a little bit there in the beginning when he was rolling, but right now 6.2 ERA in his last 4 starts. Royals have won 9 of 14 coming into this one. Right now, they're going to be – it's the Royals that are favored here, obviously, now. $1.45. This is the one I think I don't know if you were here yet. The steam came in on the over in this game. It's up to 10. This is probably the one that they were looking at, actually, when they were looking at those 10s up there, because this one's a 10.
Yeah, I still got it at 9.5 at Bet Online. And I think I'm going to take it. I think we'll have another high scoring game or I think we'll have another. Like Lugo, like you said, I was on him earlier, and now he hasn't been as impressive. And Allard is not that impressive, and the Phillies bullpen is not very good. So I would sort of lean the Royals, but I think we're going to see a lot of hits here. I think we're going to see a lot of runs. So I'll go with the over on this one.
All right, over for Steven on this one. Phillies and Royals. I'm gonna go up against you. I think that the move's a little bit too far for me, but I'm not too thrilled to buy. I just got to take under. They need 11 runs there. Let me see one here. Lugo under an 8 of last 11. I'm going to go against you a little bit in this one here. Look, these guys aren't impressive. There's no doubt about it. Let's go and see what the chat is going to do with Phillies and Royals today. Here's Rich with Philly and under, but Frankie's with you on the over. Teresa says, give her the Phils. Dre's on the under with me. And let's keep it rolling here. Brewers and A's today with Frankie Montas going up for the Brewers, and for the Athletics here, you got Estes Brewers going to be a slight favorite here on the road. I had them here yesterday on the show. It was a team's team consensus play. I also had a premium on the over. So feel like we got this series zeroed in here with this one. The A's, it's been a good run, but still the Brewers, you figure how, elite they've been for the most part, still seems like a pretty cheap price.
Yeah, it does seem like a cheap price. And I agree with you. They had a good run, but I think it's starting to fade here now. And the Brewers have been they've been good to me all year long. They've been so undervalued. And I've been taking them a lot. I'm going to go back to them again after that blowout. I think that really just took the wind out of the A's sails there to get blown out like that at home. I don't think they have it in them to come back and, find a reason. You want to play for your fans, but this Brewers team is really good. And this Athletics team has been playing over their head. And I think that's just it's going to keep on going this way for the A's now. It was a nice run, and I think the run is over. So I'm going to take the Brewers on this one. Minus 122. It's just too good of a price.
I'll roll with you here. My algorithm is saying this is Oakland's day here, and while we've been on them a little bit, I like I said, I just think the Brewers here right now just in a better position. They proved it yesterday to get the win, and Milwaukee's won 12 straight against American League teams. I don't know, those aren't always my favorite trends, but let's see what the chat has to say in this one. Sometimes there's a little bit to that. Justin, start us off with Brewers here, and Thomas is going with the Brewers. Dre's on the under. Teresa says Milwaukee to roll. I don't know if I can say the way I know she's having fun. I love the emoji game. Dre on the under. Brewers for the sweep. Rich will stick with Oakland on the money line. Biggie loves Milwaukee. Fernando's on his Brewers here. And Darren's on the Brewers as well, and it becomes a consensus play here today with the Brewers. How about it? All right. That was probably going to make my card, but I'll just roll with them here on the chat. Let's win, gang. Next up, Mets and Padres in this one with Martin Perez going up against Jose Quintana. A couple left-handers here in this one. And let me take a look here for the Padres. Their favorite here, $1.25, and the total is up to 9 under 15 for sure here. It looks like mostly nines out there at this point. For the Padres here in this one, Perez a 2.74 ERA in his last 4 starts. Padres are 4-0 so far with their new pitcher, Perez, here. I don't even know if he'll make this rotation now that, we know Yu Darvish is going to be back here this week. Padres have gone over in 10 of their last 15 games. Quintana has an 8.27 ERA in his last 4 starts. Mets 7-4 in their last 11, over in 9 of their last 14, and this one is on the move. You might have heard the steam move in the background here in this one, and maybe I can fill in the blank here on this one, Stephen. Maybe, just maybe, and I don't see Jermaine, you guys, in the chat today, but this is the Jermaine Conley umpire of the day special, Stephen. The steam is coming in. It's up to 9 now pretty much everywhere. This umpire is 22-3 to the over.
Yeah, and I got in at 8.5. So I got this over 8.5. So I had this. Sounds
like your handicap is over.
Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much. I like San Diego too to bounce baback after a loss. All right.
I'm in with you. I'm going over. I mean, I don't, 22-3. Look, I make fun of some of these trends, and I'm a trends guy, but I'm the first to make fun of the trends too. I'm not getting in the way of this one with the strike zone that wide. I don't know if anybody, if you like to kind of like things that I do, little charts and everything. There's a feed on X called Umpire Scorecard, and they kind of just use the the electronic eye and kind of compare the umpire to what he would have, what he should have called. So I don't know, I'm going to look at that and see how what's going on here. 22-3 to the over. Let's do it. I'm going over. I probably talked the chat into this one. And this is the Jermaine Conley over umpire over of the day. Let's tell everybody tomorrow when he comes in that Jermaine got his own play today in his honor. He didn't show up today, but I'm going over in honor of Jermaine. So I'll forget by tomorrow, but if he's here, let's remind him if the game goes over. If it doesn't, we're not going to mention it. There's Thomas on the Padres. Justin's on the over. Frankie's on the Padres here. Irish King on the over. Fernando's on the over. Everyone's going to take the over now. It's going to be probably a consensus thanks to the umpire. Maybe Teresa likes the Padres here, and I feel really good about the way the team. Oh, it's almost getting too good now. These, Musgrove's coming back. Darvish is coming back. Irish King going with money line here. Biggie's going over. He said, I think he's saying it astonishingly. I just bet an umpire over angle. Look out. All right. We didn't make it to a consensus, I don't think, but I'm going to take the over. You're taking the over. Here we go. Or maybe Thomas is having trouble with his phone. All right.
That might be my biggest since we've been doing the shows. That might be my biggest surprise of not being a consensus that we've since we've been doing this. I thought that was a consensus for sure, but hey, we'll see.
How about the Rays and the Dodgers here with Rasmussen going? Oh, I think in fact, I think Rasmussen gets an opener. This is going to be typical Rays action. Let me change it here. It's Garcia.
I got Lopez.
Lopez, the former Giant pitcher. I think he's just been recalled actually. But what's happened here is Shane Baz is missing this start, and maybe it'll just be. There's a little bit of concern here, Shane Baz. So this would have been his start. So it'll be a bullpen game, typical bullpen game here. It feels like for the Rays and for the Dodgers here. That's going to make them a big $2 favorite. In fact, it's up to $2.30 now since the news has come out here of the Tampa Bay pitching change here a little bit. Just want to I'm going to turn it over here in just a second. We got the players sitting out in earlier games here. Washington now, Joey Meneses, he'll take a rest day. Alex Call not in the lineup for Atlanta. Jared Kelenic is resting today. Travis d'Arnaud resting today as well. Okay, Stephen, here we go. Tampa Bay and the Dodgers in this one. 2:30 now, and the total's up to 9.
There's no way I can take the Dodgers at 2:30. Yeah, there's no way. Especially like after yesterday, that was a tough loss. And Tampa's freaking they win bullpen games all the time. Like they're the best at it. So give me the plus money.
Done it for years.
I'm gonna take the Rays. Yeah, just give me they just find ways to win when they're doing bullpen games. And the Dodgers are up and down and very iffy right now. This price is out of whack as far as I'm concerned. So I'm taking the Rays or nothing.
All right, give me the over 9 runs here in this one. I was kind of zeroing in on this one, but maybe the total's just gone a little bit too high for me here at this point. And I'm going to take the over with Tampa Bay and the Dodgers here. Let's see what the chat has. I didn't mean to ignore them here. They maybe have some suggestions. With Frankie going with the Dodgers run line, Rich is on the under. Justin will lay the Dodgers here. Dre is on the under. Justin, Dodgers team total over. And Okay, I see. Thomas. I mean, Thomas might have fell behind because he's actually has worked out some new technology here. Fernando likes the Dodgers to smash. Teresa, though, says Tampa Bay on the super run line. So I think she's reversing and going to lay some runs here with Tampa.
Wow. That's a nice payout.
And maybe Thomas is having a technical issue now. Irish King, thank you. I don't know what. I'm going to keep rolling here. Darren says Dodgers run line. And Fernando says, "Do I trust the Rays pitcher here? Like I said, bullpen game, I think is what we're both Stephen and I are saying. They are the masters. They're almost the inventors of the bullpen game down there. You go way back. Oh gosh, what was that manager? Well, we know when Madden was the manager there too, but then their next guy was all about it as well. I'm trying to think his name. He had the mustache. Twisted, thank you for your plays today." And I think that here's Biggie's on Tampa Bay. So, okay, I'm going to take the over, and Stevens on Tampa Bay. And that is, oh, no, we got a couple more. What am I doing? Giants here, and Ray going up going up against the Mariners and Woo. And Ray against Woo. This sounds like an Olympic breakdancing competition. Ray versus Woo.
Ray Woo.
Yeah, Woo here, considerable favorite in this one, about $1.50 or so. Is this a live goal by Chelsea? It's 3-2 here early in the second half. Wow, I mean this is terrible. Maybe this is good soccer. All right, let me just touch on this one with Woo here, a 1.67 ERA in his last 4 starts. Seattle's 10-5 with Woo on the mound this year. Seattle's lost 9 of their last 11. They're picking up the pieces after firing Scott Service earlier this week. We know the Giants got the win pretty convincingly yesterday with some offense there. We were on them here. It was a team consensus play. I was on them, Stephen. The chat was on them. Giants have won 4 of their last 6. Ray's not been too great, but he is facing his old team here.
Yeah, and Seattle can't hit left-hand pitchers to save their freaking life. So, Woo's going to deal. I think Ray can do with Seattle not being able to hit left-hand pitchers and this being his old team. He's going to be focused as hell. I'm surprised this isn't. I'm going to go the under at 7.5 here. I don't think there's going to be much being hit with these 2 pitchers. Seattle can hit. Anyways, the only thing you got to worry about is if the Giants do what they did yesterday, but I don't think they will against Woo. So I'm taking the under 7.5.
Okay, fair enough. I will actually, though, take the Giants. I'm going to take them as my play here in this one. I
lean the Giants as well.
Yeah, in fact, the price there is totally stale on the I mean, it's probably Seattle minus $1. I think there's $1.39 here at Bovada, but I'll just call it $1.35 here just to penalize myself for being late to the party, and I'll try the Giants here in this one. You know, I like to pick on them on the road here a little bit, but I'm going to go with the Giants.
Who's a nerfy master, too? I'm maybe a nerfy on this one as well.
Yeah, Woo, 2 first innings out of 15 games, so definitely above average. Positively a little bit better than average for sure. Giving up just runs in 2 first innings out of 15 starts. We'll say this, kind of tying into that though. Woo is also one of the best first 5 guys. His sample size is shorter right now, but he is 10, 2, and 3 in the first 5 innings in his 15 starts. So, all right, let's get the chat's comments. We're almost to the night game. And Gerardo's here. Hi, Gerardo. And here we go with, who am I starting with here? Justin on the Mariners money line. Dre is on the under in this one. Rich is on Seattle and under. And Biggie likes how the Giant lineup is going right now, and man, Fitzgerald, what a player this kid is. How about the rookie? I mean, everybody, all the debate about the rookies this year. Man, these rookies are good. Fernando under. I don't know. It's Fitzgerald. He might actually be. He is a rookie, right? He's a rookie, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Rance. Hello to Rance. I just thought he had a call up before, so maybe I missed it. Maybe I got it wrong. Rance, hello. Maybe Rance has joined us once or twice before, but I don't see him too often. So hello to Rance. He's got that Braves game under. I know it's not the game we're on, but I got to shout him out here. And Darren likes the Giants as well. And Thomas may like a Nerfy here in this one after you had mentioned that. I also will mention Ray, 1 for 6, not too bad. All right. And I think Teresa also. Thomas is ready for football season. We've got one more tonight. It's a good one on Sunday night. Oh, did I? Let's see, Stephen. Did you? Oh, I gave out the under in that. And what did you say in the? I didn't write it down.
I got under.
You have under. Okay. I have Giants. You have under.
Under and Nerfy. I'm going to bet that Nerfy.
Okay. I wrote down. I've mixed it up. I write it down. I want to know. When I'm kicking myself, Steven told me and I didn't do it. Or I said, hey, you know what? I'm on the edge and I've got to, bet every game. And I
should start writing it down too, because I always forget. I got to. Now we're doing this show more. Next time, remind me to get my pen and paper out, and I'm going to write them all down.
Got a good one here. Sunday Night Baseball with the Astros and Kikuchi going up against the Orioles and Dean Kramer in this one. You got Kikuchi. Yeah, well, he's still a slight favorite. There's some pick'ems out there for sure. Total here is definitely 8.5. Under minus 115 or so in this one. So what do you got here in this one? This one's moved to the night game, so I might have it a little bit out of order. I might need you to pick up the slack here while I get my notes straight.
Kikuchi's been good since he became an Astro. I've always liked Kikuchi. When he was in Toronto, the end there, he started struggling. I think a lot of that had to do with the fact that he knew he was going to be going out, and I think his head wasn't totally there. And then once he got settled and he knows now he's an Astro and there's no question about it and everything, he's getting back to his early season form. And I don't like Kramer. So I'm going to go something. This is something you don't see me do too often when you're talking about pick'ems, and I really should start doing it more when it comes to baseball. I'm taking the Astros, and I'm taking them on the run line.
Justin's taking the Astros today as well. So's Frankie. So's Thomas. Trey, though, has the O's to kind of balance it out. Teresa likes Houston in the first 5. And
I like that, too.
Also want to say hello to Yulin Cueto. No relation. Well, I don't know. Maybe there, but we've seen Johnny Cueto back. So Thomas Lewis says, I think Houston is a consensus play here. And I think is what Thomas is saying in this one. And I'll do it. I'll do it with you guys if that's what he's saying. I'll go with Kikuchi. Yeah, they've won all 4 starts, Steven said. And so you gotta like that. Houston's won 12 of their last 17. Kramer's been pretty good. Last 2 starts, he's given up just I think a couple of runs here. But Orioles still 4-7 with Kramer. They've gone over in 13 of 18 Kramer starts. Houston's gone under in 15 of their last 23, and Baltimore's gone under in 8 of their last 11. So I'm going with Houston here. Looks like consensus play, in the chat. So
Lumen brings up a good point, though. Baltimore has hit Kikuchi well in the past. However, I do believe that was when he wasn't in his best form, as like I just mentioned before we got in previously. that he knew he was going to be leaving Toronto. I think there was a lot of drama going on there. So I'm going to bank that he's going to be a lot better against Baltimore than he was his last couple starts.
And even though I'm going against that note too, we don't get nice to have Yulin in here for the first time, and that is a great point. I'll just to let you know, we're paying Steve. Thank you for bringing that up, and also I'll throw in a 5-5 record for Kikuchi with a 4.8 ERA in 11 career starts against the Orioles. We know the teams he's been on. So Rance says game will go over. So does Fernando. And here's an under. I don't know if I'm getting this right here. Public Enemy says take the Astros in the first 5. So far, Kikuchi 2-0-2 in the first 5. We don't have much of a sample with him here. Yulin also says take under in the outs. So fading Kikuchi here, no doubt. And if anything, even though we're kind of backing it with Kikuchi, if there was a regression point for him at this point with Houston, maybe this could be it. You got a road game Sunday night, other team obviously in a massive pennant race as well. So this has postseason kind of written all over it as Chelsea's just scored a 4th goal here.
Maybe right. And now that you brought that up, that both of these teams are in a fight right now, and it is like a playoff. So maybe I'm going to throw a little bit on the under here as well. I just think this will be a tight, nervous sort of game for the Bats. So yeah, I can see the under.
Yeah, and I'm gonna probably be if you know what I mean. So I'll just cut it off. I'll just cut off right there. And thanks, chat, for your baseball picks today. Appreciate it. Stephen, I'm going to do some baseball. I'm going to do some. I got some football games if you're interested. I got some WNBA if you want to.
Let's dig into the WNBA. I got to play in the WNBA, and then I'll head out. And then I'll head out. So
I had I know you're a busy man. I just had a feeling some of the days I want to, I'm talking, and you're like, well, you know what, Ramon, I got to just skip on out.
Yeah. Well, like I said, when we get really going, when hockey gets going, I'll probably be coming on just for hockey because when hockey season's going, man, I have not much time, but I will fit you in for sure. No doubt about it. I'll be on for sure.
And stick around. We're going to have some big news here this week. You've seen already the handicappers from I could say it. They're on the site. The handicappers from the Pick Dogs are
I noticed that. We got Pick Dog guys on our site now.
Yep. Well, and you're going to be, great. I'm going to tip my hand here a little bit. Just stick around in the morning steam this week. Steve, we're going to be getting some company here, I think. We're trying to work things out. So I feel great about it. I love being here all alone with my chat, but I get a little lonely. So, okay, let's talk about your games today in the WNBA. You got the Aces here. I mean, I don't know. Can they beat anybody at this point? They're favored big here. Maybe this is a team that they finally can handle whatever their problems are. Like I said, I do believe that the problems are more right now with the, some things lingering behind the scenes a little bit and the, complacency factor. But you do have the Aces that won 8 straight meetings against the Sky until their last meeting back in mid-July. The Sky won in Las Vegas 93-85 here, but the Sky are just 1-5 against the spread in their last 6 games overall coming into this one. So Aces are hungry and desperate for a win, but they only need to win this game. They're favored big against the Sky. Sky are fading fast. It kind of feels like the dream are passing them for that last playoff spot unless they can start to win some of these games, and they're a big underdog here.
And it's hard to trust the Aces right now. Like, I don't know what's going on with it. Like you said something about behind the scenes or whatever, but they look totally discombobulated in their last little couple of games. I mean, the airball passes just crazy. Like it's, I don't feel comfortable taking them here, although it should be a spot where they, like you said, they should be hungry for a win here. But I do feel comfortable because the last 3 times they played, they've gone way over the number here. So, and although the Aces have been kind of leaning into the under the last little while, I'll bank that this is the trend for these two teams will continue. One way or another, they'll get over this total at 168. This total seems low to me. That's my WNBA pick. I'll talk about the other game, but that's my WNBA pick here. I'll take the over in this game.
I'm going with you. I'm going over here in this one. Yeah, it's not a necessarily. I don't want to, like I'm trying to be cryptic about it. I mean, it is a public story with Coach Becky Hammon and her controversy with former Aces player Dearica Hamby. Felt like they had mistreated her when, she had gotten pregnant and maybe did not time it as you might as a professional athlete. There's you can't time, I don't think you're supposed to time things like that. Maybe you can, of course you can. And you see it in other, if anything, I don't mean to be controversial. Athletes do time their, due dates sometimes, right? In the off season, we know, right? More, children are born to professional athletes at a certain time of year, if you will. And again, maybe because of a male dominated sport, we don't deal with this issue that much. But again, I think the Aces were just treating this player as if, well, we're not going to be with her because of, you don't call it an illness or anything like that. It's just a fact of life. And if you can't go out there and perform, maybe that you could trade somebody or try to maneuver your roster a little bit because of you're without that player. It's nothing against starting a family or anything like that, but if the Aces weren't the two-time defending champions, as great of a coach as Becky Hammon is, I mean, she's a basketball Hall of Famer. She might be already fired, I would think, but I think also with Mr. Davis, he probably has a longer tolerance, if you will, for something like this, and maybe other owners might, especially in this league where the players have. And again, I'm sure that maybe they're still very supportive of her, and they've been with. Anyways, yeah. I won't.
I think you can. I'll put a little bit more into that. You can. It depends on a lot of situational stuff too. Some people some women are very fertile, and you can time that. You know what I mean? Like you can actually say, okay, honey, we got to make sure that we're not getting pregnant right in the middle of the season, but some are not. And some don't ever know that they're ever going to have children. And that's going to be more important to them than even the team sometimes. And that, I think it's very possible that could be the case here. And if that's the case, then they're looking really bad, but I don't know. But I think it's very possible that she's just happy she got pregnant because maybe she was having a difficult time doing so. So you can't, it's a really tough situation to lean into, it brings up a lot of good points though.
Yeah, maybe Chad's here. He's our WNBA chat expert. So maybe he can set me. Again, I don't want to overstep I have no clue what I'm talking about. I guess I've been firing blanks for 45 years or 35 years.
Yeah.
No problem. I have no idea.
My mom had 4 miscarriages before I was born, and she was told that they were not going to be able to have children anymore. So, those kind of situations, and then all of a sudden, boom, right? So I was born. Miracle baby.
All right.
I had to be born so I could come and cap with you, my friend. That was the whole point of all of this.
Yeah, I have no clue. I'm just, trying to read the story, and I would think like, hey, if I don't have this player, maybe I can trade this player. They're still going to be a fine player. If I don't have him have you for this year. And again, there was more to it. I'm really I'll just move on to the next game because we're taking the over here in this.
We're taking the over. Yeah, that's
all right. Get to this one, the Sparks and the Wings, where just regular injuries themselves are the Wings here favored in this one by 6. Let me make sure these lines too. They might actually be quite stale. The Aces were up to 9.5 over there in that last game. Yeah, we're dealing with 6 here. total about up to 171 here. I wanted to throw in my stat here on the last game. I'm sorry, you guys. So the reason why I'm on the over, the Sky 14-9 to the over last 23 against teams above 500. The Aces are 16-6 to the over last 22 against teams sub 500. So Sky, when playing good teams, goes over. Aces, when playing bad teams, or well, at least teams that are sub 500, right, goes over as well. So, okay, Sparks and Wings here. This one's been on the move here, though. Actually, it opened as low as a 2.5 or 3 at some spots. By the time the general openers came around, it still was 4 at Bet Online. So maybe Dallas is a runaway favorite. LA has lost 6 straight, including 5 in a row out of the break. They're the busiest team. It feels like pretty much. Maybe them and maybe New York. Dallas has lost 5 straight since the break, or 3 straight since the break, and 6 of their last 7 overall coming into this one. LA, this has always been a problem for LA to come into Dallas. It's one of their worst cities. They're 8-19 last 27 against the spread here. Dallas is over in 20 of their last 26 games at home, and LA's gone over in 8 of their last 11 against sub 500 teams.
Yeah, I don't like this game. I mean, the way I see it is just both of these teams are in terrible form. They're just bad teams right now, both of them. It's a question of, so if you got both teams in terrible, I'm going to take a Wings team and at -6 when they're playing like horse shit. Sorry, excuse my French, but they're playing like crap right now. And so are the Sparks. But the Sparks, their last game, who did they play? They gave it a pretty good go. Everybody thought they were going to get blown out. I can't remember who they last played, but they actually gave it a really good go. Who was it?
I'm going to tell you right now, brother, the Sparks in that last game here, they've been on the road. This is the 4th game of their road trip. They lost to Washington, but they didn't get the money. They lost by 6. They were getting 5.5, but they did cover the previous 2 games of the trip. Actually, probably after the Las Vegas game, I'm sure they might have continued on. They were 2 days later. So they covered against the Aces. They covered against the Sun, double digits in that one, and then lost to Washington by 6, getting 5.5.
So they've been pretty much covering against much better teams than this. So I'm going to say I'm going to take the Sparks to cover, and I'm going to take the Sparks money line too. At plus 225, you got 2 really bad teams. I can't say one is much worse than the other. Maybe on paper, but right now in form, no. So I'll take the Sparks money line and to cover.
All right, Sparks it is for Steven here in this one, and I'm going to take the over here. Let me update it. Let me at least put the weakest line up there, 171.5, and I'm going over as my play here on the Morning Steam Show. And the thing about the Sparks, I do think here, maybe, just maybe, I see everybody kind of down on them, but at least one thing, Dallas isn't covering anything. Dallas is, really bad against the spread right now. And if anything, the Sparks are 6-2 against the spread, their last 8 on the road. It does seem like for the Sparks, when they're getting a few more points, they are getting the number. And then when they're up against mediocre or bad teams, they're not covering. This one's close, man, because this one's just like the Washington game. But the fact that the spread's gone up a little bit makes me want to lean to the Sparks. I'll take the over. This is going to be, one of the worst games here, obviously, but we're going to be desperate for some action here tonight.
Actually, I think you convinced me on the over 2 here because I don't think there's going to be much defense played in this game at all. They have nothing to play for. They're not going to be beat. I like the over 2. I like the over 2.
And Chad likes them to get this money. They're horrible. In fact, it's almost like, why are they? They shouldn't have had as bad of a season. Yeah, they had some tough breaks a little bit. It felt like with some injuries, but again, I keep pointing to the fact, picking up Odyssey Sims before the Olympic break, putting her in the lineup. She looked pretty good. Yeah, maybe her time has passed and maybe, she's just a short term, but all of a sudden they started to get a little bit healthier with their regular players. They cut Odyssey Sims and she'll be on the Sparks tonight. So Odyssey Sims is going to do it and win this game tonight and send me into a tizzy. All right. All right, Stephen, if you want to, I'm going to cover some football here. I don't know if you want to hang out with me or if we can, if you want to promo, I'll bring you up. But
like I said, I still got my $250 early bird full season hockey package coming at you out there right now. And I'll have that up for a little bit longer here. You can't get better value than that. I got to toot my own horn. I'm a damn good hockey captain. So you can you'll make money and have fun. And for $250 for a whole season, I'm pretty much giving it away. But I do this for people that have supported me for a long time. They get in at a good price because I like to help. I like to give deals to people that support me. But if you've never got into my picks, or if you don't know me, throw that $250 and see what you're going to get. You're going to get a lot of fun. You're going to make a little scratch. And if you wait closer to the regular season, it's going to be a lot more expensive than that. So get in there and pick it up today. Besides that, I'm just posting right now, actually, best bet, and I'm probably going to have a three game package for you. Hitting those pretty good right now. I got one WNBA play that I'm going to be throwing out there, and I think I've got 3 or 4 baseball already, and I'll have some more. So I'll probably have another package later on today as well. Not too far from later on because these are all day games, but I'll get in on a couple other ones as well. Hope to see you there. And thanks for all the people that have been buying packages and supporting me and all the other cappers here. It's the reason why we can keep on doing this, and we can devote a lot of our time to being handicappers, which I love to do, but it does take time. As well as I do, we're pretty much capping all day long, aren't we?
All right, brother, I do appreciate you coming by and taking a little bit off of me here on a Sunday so I could just enjoy a little conversation, and appreciate it. And we'll be
I'm hoping I can be on tomorrow. I like tomorrow's card. I'm really hoping I can be on tomorrow. So we'll see how that works out. And thanks for having me on, Ramon. I appreciate it. Thanks for everybody that's listening in. Remember, hit that like button, get that algorithm going so we can have more people in. And I'll check you all hopefully tomorrow. If not, next weekend. Have a great day and enjoy the sports, guys.
Hey, one thing's for sure, Stephen. Even if you're busy, one guarantee's for sure. I think I'm going to be here, so I'll be here. I'll send you the link. Appreciate it, brother.
Sure. Okay. Take care, guys. Bye.
Stephen Duncan, Tony'sPicks.com. All right. Let's take a look now at just our final 3 games. Where this is it, you guys. This is it. And bummer. I mean, for the NFL preseason, bummer. We have to wait a whole. There's no games next week. There's no Thursday night football. Well, there's college, but the NFL, the way they're designing it, and their goal down the line to get that Super Bowl on that holiday weekend, that's going to happen before you know it. So they'll extend it out. We're going to take the 1 week off every year, it looks like, and probably go 2 preseason games, a week off, and then right into the, and then a week, and then try to aim for that 18-game schedule with the Super Bowl ending on the holiday so that everyone can really party on Super Bowl Sunday, and then they'll have Monday off. It's always been a big, one of the worst production days for the American working public. All right, here we go. Titans and Saints here today. Titans are expected to be the team to roll in this one. They're up to a 6-point favorite here, and we've taken a few of these and have been right. We're not going to be on all of them, but I am going to take the Titans here in this one with the circumstances today. Total up here to 37.5. The widely reported steam did come in on the over here. I expect the Titans to at least be able to handle their share. I'll take them at -6. Ugh. And maybe I'll buy a half. They'll spread, the spread actually doesn't come into play as much in the preseason. Usually a team that wins covers the spread. So I'm going to end up taking the Titans here anyway as my pick here on the morning steam. We're just going to roll through these here real quick. Get off the air here. Cardinals and Broncos. I've got this one real close, and nothing I can do but take the points here in this one. Really just a coin flip. Not too thrilled to get involved in this one, but I do know that total, which was as high open 37, is down to 34, and too late now. It feels like even at 34, that I might still do it. I really feels like, man, this feels like maybe, just maybe Arizona. I'm going to take Arizona plus the points, but man, these teams could be stuck with just a couple of touchdowns here each by the time this one's over, and they end up with just low 30s. I would 28, 31 points, something in there. Get in, get out here with these two teams right now and end the preseason. I'm sure that I think under is still going to be pretty popular, at least for under players. Maybe the over players will feel like it's a little bit of comfortability. Saw overs here in week 3, definitely up here a little bit. I think one of the most interesting statistics, though, has been with that kickoff. They almost got it right, you guys. I'm going to say that once we get to the regular season, this is kind of what I'm in line with the analysts a little bit. More teams are going to opt for just to kick it through the end zone. I don't think we saw quite a far enough discrepancy between placing the ball at the 25 or returning the ball to the 25. They should have made it the 30 if they do a touchback, and maybe they can revisit that. They weren't going to get it approved if they didn't put it at the 25. So once they see how cool it is that the ball's getting returned every time and making kickoffs great again, maybe they'll change that to the 30. I know there's some other quirkies where it does go to the 30, but for the most part, I think they've got to adjust that, and then we'll make kickoffs great again. We're already going to maybe we'll see. In the preseason, it's been up, but I think because we were experimenting with it. But now that the averages are kind of coming out to maybe exactly where it was supposed to be, it's just going to be easier to boot the ball through the end zone, maybe. So we'll see when we get to the regular season. But all right, Patriots and Commanders here in this one, and I'm going to grab the Commanders here +6 or 6.5 here in this one. Patriots are the side of the sharps, and the Commanders are ready to kind of pack it in a little bit. But I think the Patriots still, they're supposedly a quarterback battle here at this point, but who will really get the reps when we see in there today, and who is going to get that starting? Chelsea has yet another goal in this one. 6 goals for Chelsea today. Wow. Okay, I'll just take the Commanders. We're dealing with a low total here, actually up to 36. Wow, I don't want to go over in this one. This one I prefer the under. Yeah, maybe the week 3 has gone up a little bit, man, but this is Sunday and we can taste it right now. Everybody wants to wrap this up and get down to some practices here and get ready for the regular season here. 2 weeks away here, basically at this, a week and a half or so for some teams. So, all right, gang, appreciate it. Let me show a few picks here from the chat if you guys had anything in here. Terrell's saying it. We're seeing also a little bit of defense, right, on the go right ahead, sir, but maybe can still get involved here on an under with that middle game. And Broncos, are they turn around? Is Nick's their man here in this one? And Thomas, look at this one. I didn't think like it. Yeah, that's the one thing, right? But here's the other thing that I thought about, right? Let's go back to when we did have the onside rule at any time, right? Who was doing surprise onside kicks? No one, never, right? Maybe once every twice. How many surprise onside kicks were there in the last couple of years? A couple. So when everybody lines up and is geared up for it, that brings the excitement up for it too. So, but maybe one thing they could do is just make it where you could onside kick at any time. But again, the rule makes it basic so you don't get saddled with being a goofball, I guess, in the second quarter. But it never happened, right? Because the teams are just too good at covering the ball at this level. So this is just something moving forward where the game has changed, and it's not coming back. It's not coming back, I don't think, at this point. Safety is paramount, and the kickoff is back. The kickoff is back, and that's exciting. Hopefully, like I said, I think that we'll see more touchbacks. All right, that's it. Morning Steam. See you tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific. Might get Steven in here and stick around this week. Got some exciting things that are going to start to take place with the beginning of the football season here for real. That was a dry run. Hopefully it was a dry run. I maybe got a little too cute on some of those chalky, trendy favorites here. So let's clean it up and get ready for the college football season here this week. Man, this is going to be awesome, exciting. We'll probably talk about it throughout the week. So join me here tomorrow, more Tony'sPicks.com. And don't forget, join the crew over there on the other channel and join us back here tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific. For Tony'sPicks.com, I'm Ramon Scott. So long.